Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and also thanks to those who voted on the poll earlier regarding, which tutorial I should add first. For those of you who chose how to build a website on your own without needing the help of a website developer or a designer, you won, and here we are. I use Squarespace, and we'll get into that later, but in the meantime, I'll briefly cover all of the platforms that are available, whether you need a website, landing page, or a page just for special links that you'd like your customers or audience to focus on. So we'll just start off here, why every business should have a website. I mean, we are touching 2022 at this point. If you have a business or you're trying to become an entrepreneur and you don't see the need in having a website in this day and age, I don't know, I think you might be a little behind, in my opinion. They do so much. They attract and build trust with your new customers. It just lets you seem more credible, depending on, it doesn't even matter what industry you're in. And it just gives a good first impressions for new customers or for existing customers. There's a lot of competition out here, and if you're trying to make your mark and have repeat customers, you want to keep up and just be relevant in regards to your offers and how you present yourself online. Websites also save time when booking and scheduling clients. They can cover tasks like booking and payments depending on how you set it up. And also makes it accessible for clients who rather just pay instead of looking for someone or talking to someone, figuring out how to book, how to pay for a product or service. It just makes it easier for not only for you, but for the customer. And websites, they also position you as a professional, and it just gives the aura that you know what you're doing, instead of just telling a customer or potential customer to DM you for information. Like, unless you're trying to pitch them a sale, which a lot of people don't look forward to, by the way, it doesn't make sense to only have like Instagram for your way of bringing in new customers. So the first one is, I call it the website OG, just because it's been around for ages. Any brand that you could think of probably has used or is currently using WordPress. .org, .com is their free blogging alternative. But WordPress is, it's unlimited to what you could do with WordPress. However, if you're not a coder, I'd probably stay away with it. So I'll just go through the pros. It's responsive and reliable. There's probably nothing, like I said, that WordPress.org can't do. The plugins that they have, almost 60,000 plugins. It's amazing for SEO, which is search engine optimization. If you're trying to rank high on Google, like if someone's searching for anything related to your business or products, when they're typing in keywords on Google and you'd like your website and brand to pop up on the first page, which obviously will get the most amount of clicks from people who are searching on the web, it's obviously beneficial. They have thousands of templates also to choose from, whether it's from WordPress or from a web designer who have created templates for customers to use on their own websites. Like I said, the cons, very hard, extremely hard if you have no idea how to code. If you don't know anything about coding a website, unless you are okay with the learning curve that comes with it, by all means. But if you don't have time for that, if you just want to throw your website up there, WordPress.org is probably not the best option for you. They have a lot of updates for the platform. Again, the WordPress.com, WordPress.org, I should say. They host like thousands of websites for brands of all sizes, businesses of all sizes. So they do need to they do have constant updates that they have to, to do in order to keep up with, the coding and the amount of people and businesses and brands that do use their services. For WordPress.org, you also need an experienced developer to pull off designs and features you might want to include on your website, depending on what you're trying to build. And they can easily cost thousands of dollars up front or in the long run, especially if you need to update something on your website, like homepage, products that you add, whichever may be. If you don't, like I said, if you don't know coding, you're going to need to hire someone to do this minor changes. And God forbid, if something major happens to your website, it can cost an arm and a leg easily. So links, one-page websites, and landing pages. I like link pages. It all depends on what your current offers are, if it'll benefit you or not. It's link pages and also, one-page websites, which you can have a whole website and just use one page, whether it's for a product launch or a certain campaign that you might be running. It all depends on what your business needs are at the time. So they're good for connecting your customers to important links on, just having them on one specific page instead of having them search all over the place for, what they should be focusing on. It also saves customers time instead of searching through a website for what they need, like I just said. Highlights what you want them to focus on. So for example, if you have like a call to action for a product you'd like them to focus on, or maybe a new service you're offering or a sale that you have, if you want them to focus specifically on that sale, then you can highlight that on your links page. Cons for links pages and one-page websites can be confusing. If there's too much to choose from, I've seen link pages with almost 15 to 20 different options, and it's like if you want them to focus on one offer or button at a time, it doesn't make sense to you have 1,000. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Just too many for them to choose from and to read through. Even if you think that you have it at the top of your link button pages, sometimes we can just get distracted. And if there's a whole bunch of buttons to choose from, like, you might not get the customer or your audience member to choose exactly what you'd like them to choose from. And another con is they can also cause customers to be distracted from what you'd like them to focus on, like I was basically just saying. Landing pages, really good for showcasing your business in a sales page format. If you just want, like I said, you want your customer, your audience to focus on one particular offer you have at the time, limit the distractions. Landing pages, very good for showcasing your business in a sales page format. Like I was saying, if you want your customers to focus on one call to action at a time, and you want to highlight a specific offer you have going on at any given moment, a sales page for one offer or product or sale that you're having is perfect to have to get your customer excited about maybe a sale that you have going on, or a new product launch that you have going on, or upcoming product launch. Sales pages are perfect for this, and that's what landing pages are particularly built for. They're also good for growing an email list and collecting leads. So if you need like names, emails, phone numbers you want to collect from your audience members to market to them in the future, or to have them participate in a giveaway or any other marketing efforts you have going on. It's good for that as well. there's certain landing pages that you can actually sell products, services, or subscriptions from. I know some business owners that actually only have landing pages and have been able to sell products without actually having a website. So if that's something you're interested in, they also provide really good analytics that maybe certain link pages or link page software would not particularly offer. The only cons with landing pages is they can be pricey if you actually need multiple pages like a website would have. So some of these are lead pages. Lead pages is probably one of my favorites. They have a bunch of templates to choose from for sales pages. They collect leads for you, leads as in, emails and other information that you'd like to get from your audience members. You can also sell products with lead pages. They do not pay me to sing their praises, but I do. Like I've been familiar with lead pages for years now, and they do a lot, especially if you have offers that you'd like to get your audience to focus on. Lead pages is a good option to use for that. Gumroad is another one too, very similar to lead pages. They do offer a free option too, which is good. Lead pages does not. Even though they do take a little bit more of a percentage from your sales, it's still good to have because at least you don't have to worry about the upfront costs in setting up sales pages or landing pages with them. Linktree is, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about it. It's the exact same thing where I was saying, where you can add links and buttons to one particular page to have your customers focus on. Milkshake is a new one. It's very similar to Linktree. It just seems like it's marketed more towards a younger audience, but anyone could use it. They offer similar features to Linktree and also a free option as well. Same with link.bio. And Later, which is a social media scheduling app, they also offer a link in bio option if you use their services. So fully equipped website builders, what they're good for, basically building websites without knowing exactly how to code, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. Believe me, some people have gone to school for coding and still you need lots of practice to be able to have it fully down packed. These website builders, I should say, are also easy to maintain alone if you don't want to continuously hire a web designer or developer to, like I said, with WordPress, to change any little thing on your website. With website builders, you can easily do it by yourself, even if you don't have experience with dealing with websites. They're also flexible, and you have the ability to choose what you'd like to feature or not. So if you'd like a blog or a gallery of, I don't know, maybe products or, customer feedback, if you want to sell products like a full-blown e-commerce store, if you need a contact page, a fact page, you name it, like you have the ability to add as many pages or take away as many pages as you want with these website builders. For website builders, the cons honestly depend on what your business needs are and the platform you choose to go with. So certain platforms might have a feature that you're looking for that another platform might not have. So it all depends on what you're looking for, and you'd have to do your research and figure out which one would be best suited for your business. So like I was saying, what I use is Squarespace. I've been with them for years, since 2016. They've gotten a lot of my money. And I mean, rightfully so. It's super easy to use and good for beginners, and their templates are, I love their templates, modernized and up to date when it comes to design trends. I'm also a Squarespace member as of 2018. That might not mean much for you if you're not a designer, but there are certain perks that come with that. Alternatives for Squarespace, probably heard of it a lot because their advertising on YouTube is crazy. Wix.com. Weebly is another one. I don't know if it's Weebly or Webly. I'm not sure, but they've been around as well, probably around the same time as Squarespace came out. Tilda, I do have a little bit experience with them, but they're good for one-page websites as well, lead pages, just like with the links feature that they offer in landing pages that they offer in their templates. You can also build mini websites with lead pages as well. It is a little bit pricier than just having a landing page or sales page with them, but you can look at their features and what they offer and see if that's an option for you. E-commerce focused stores. I know you've heard about Shopify. Shopify is probably where it's at if your main focus for business is e-commerce. Their apps that they have for drop shipping, email marketing, text marketing, print on demand, you name it, anything you need to have an e-commerce store, whether it's your own products that you're selling or if you're, like I said, you're trying to sell other people's products through drop shipping. Shopify honestly has everything you need, and it's Canadian owned for all the fellow Canadians watching this. It's a Canadian brand as well. Sellfy, like I said, it's similar to Shopify, but there might be some limitations there, especially because they're not as popular, but it all depends on what your business needs are. So you'd have to go to their website and see what they offer to see if it's best suited for you and your business. So there's actually two versions of Squarespace on my website. I have the older version, which in my opinion is a little bit easier to use, maybe because I've just been so used to using it for years. This version, which is, I believe it's called Squarespace 7.1 minus 7.0, it came out maybe 2019. I just never felt like switching over. So I'm just gonna go through all of the pages here, or the features, I should say. This is how you can, add a page. They have multiple templates that you can use within each website that each look as authentic and, well designed as possible. For anything, appointments. Like I said, Squarespace, I should say, is actually the owner of Acuity Scheduling, if that's even how you pronounce it. So it can integrate perfectly with your website if you do have Squarespace. If not, you can use Acuity on its own or with another website user or builder that you choose. And get started. Here's where you can pick your pages. They make it super easy. The plus sign here is where all your features are located. If you need a blank page, you need a proper page layout, that's there for you. Again, so many to choose from. Outside of their templates, within a template, you can actually pick, anything to get you started on building the website. They have pages here for appointments. I already covered the design. Commerce is basically the e-commerce section where you can set up shop, products, services, subscriptions, whatever you'd like to sell. Just noticed my name there. Yeah, great, thanks. Whatever you'd like to sell on your website, like you can do it all from the commerce page. This little symbol here just lets you know that you have to upgrade in order to use all of the commerce services. Can I click it and see? We can go to that after. Yeah, you can go through every aspect of the commerce section here. That's where you would fill in your orders, see if you have any new orders, inventory here, obviously self-explanatory. You deal with your customers, you can add discounts in here. You could even schedule them and make them expire, if you want discounts for certain products that you're offering. Point of sale is like for in-person selling. So if you have like um, debit machine that you'd bring to, like, I don't know, say a Christmas market, for example, that's what point of sale is for. Print on demand is self-explanatory as well. For companies like Printful, you can actually use their services, upload like digital designs, graphic designs, and print out stuff like, mugs, t-shirts, like bathroom mats, whatever. They have it all on their platform. All you have to do is upload your designs, and they will print and ship the product to your customers for you. Um, yeah, that's product status. Waitlist, I guess that's for products that, maybe you have a pre-order for, and that would be where the customers are waiting to be next up to purchase. Um, Product reviews are from your customers. That's also a new feature from Squarespace. Notifications, I guess that's in regards to when customers have inquiries. Low stock alerts, that's if you have physical products, or if you have digital products and you only want to sell a certain amount. This section here will let you know when you're running low, or when you'd like to be notified about running low. Here you can set up your payments. Squarespace integrates perfectly with Stripe. PayPal, Square, unfortunately, for Canadian customers, you can't use it because it's only for use in the US, and that's the only downside about Squarespace, because they don't have any other options. If you wanted to have more options for your e-commerce section of your website while using Squarespace, you definitely probably have to just have Squarespace as your main website and use Shopify's buy button option to integrate it into your Squarespace website, so you're able to use all of Shopify's perks for your shop. Shipping, pickup, taxes, and accounting. That's all depends on what your business needs are. Marketing is good. Squarespace, aside from Acuity scheduling, they also have a email campaign software that you can use. Again, extra costs for that as well, but at least it integrates with Squarespace. So if you'd like to have everything set up easy within Squarespace, that you have this as an option as well, instead of going for another third-party email campaign provider. SEO, again, relatable to Google. If you're trying to rank high, it will walk you through every step you need to take, and they have multiple articles within Squarespace and Google as well if you need extra help in regards to how to rank high on Google's main pages. You know, there's also features that Squarespace offers. Oh, well, look, you have to pay extra for that too. That's okay though. If you have the e-commerce plan, it's most likely going to be included anyway. So, yeah, I mean, everything you need, they they had no choice but to upgrade, because most of these things were not here about 2 years ago. I think as Shopify began to grow and basically take over the e-commerce industry, they definitely stepped their game up and included integrations for Instagram and Facebook. And they have, if you're running Facebook or Instagram ads, because it's off the same platform, they integrated that here as well too. Again, it's a premium feature. And you can't see here because the screen recording is actually blocking it, but they also offer Google Ads credit, and you can subscribe if you have a professional email using your domain. So that would be like yourdomain.com, but the email would be, for example, info@yourdomain.com. And yeah, settings, anything you need to go into and adjust for your business requirements. You can find most of it here. Here is where you can actually get Google Workspace, which is where you get the custom domain that I was talking about. You can get a domain here and literally click or try to find anything. Let's try, I don't know, BT. It'll tell you whether or not it's available, if you have to pay extra for it, 123, I don't know, grocery. It'll tell you, okay, it's actually not available. Wow, amazing. 123. See, okay, goodness, all these domains are gone. Okay, there you go. So here's where it'll tell you if it's on sale or not. So with Squarespace, I haven't seen a domain cost more than $20 a year. And a good thing with Squarespace is it'll automatically charge you, so you don't have to worry about your domain expiring and then your website being unavailable to your customers, because they'll remind you even if you don't have automatic renewal set up on your account. They'll send you tons of emails. I've gotten them all. Just to remind you so that your website does not get put offline. I won't go there because it might show you my information, but that's where your billing and accounting, all your information will be right here. And yeah, blogging here, blogging information. If you want to if you have a blog and you want your customers or audience to comment or leave comments or leave reviews or whatever else on your website, you would set up all these settings here. And advanced is mostly for for coding. If you're trying to add custom fonts to your website, you can do that here too. I don't want to click anything because I don't want it to show you guys my personal information, so I'm actually just gonna leave it there. You also can't see it, but Circle Labs, which is what I was saying I was a part of, just being a Squarespace member with multiple websites for several years. It comes with several perks. You can't see all of them here. I'd have to go into the actual website, but yeah, a lot of perks come with it. And yeah. So for the domains, just quickly going over them, a few tips, some of which I wish I knew before purchasing numerous domains. Not every website builder is going to provide a service to purchase a domain. So that means you'd have to buy your domain, purchase your domain, and register it elsewhere, and then transfer to your website, which can be tedious and or tricky if you're not familiar with how to do so. There's also the possibility that you'd have to pay extra to use your own custom domain, or have more than one domain on your website, again, depending on the website builder that you go with. You'd have to, depending on whichever platform you go with, you just check to see which platform allows you to purchase a domain from their website. I know that you can with Squarespace, which I showed you guys. Wix you can, Shopify, Lead Pages. I want to say Gumroad, but I'm not sure if you can actually purchase on the platform. I know they allow you to use your own custom domain. So you'd have to check if you decide to go with them. And other places where you can purchase a domain. GoDaddy, I've used them for a few domains of mine. And it's easy to transfer them over. Their customer service is really good too. Bluehost is good. They also provide hosting if you do decide to go with WordPress. Namecheap, I've used them once before, I believe, and there are countless others. You just have to, go through and find alternatives and weigh out your options there. For website tips, it all depends. Like I said, you're the business owner, you know what your business needs, what the requirements should be for your website, what information you should have up for each customer, new or existing, to have access to, especially in your absence. If you're away, if you're busy with a customer, you can't always be answering emails or picking up the phone or answering questions or inquiries from customers or potential customers in regards to purchasing a product or booking a service. So just get to the bottom of your business and your brand and your offers and determine what's most important to include on your website for easy access for your audience. And just remember that it's best to just limit the possibility of a customer coming to you with questions due to missing information that could easily have been on your site if you would have just prepared from the jump, rather than having to always go back and adjust. Just write out a plan and figure out exactly what you need to include on your website. Use CTAs, which are call to actions. They basically motivate your audience to do what you want them to do at any given time. So if you have a sale going on, if you have a discount that you want them to take action on, if you have, a brand partnership that you're, involved in, and you want them to maybe sign up or register to be part of a giveaway, or, you can incorporate those easily on your website or your landing page with very bright and bold call to action buttons that it's easy for your customers to see and click and do what you're telling them to do, whether it's register, sign up, you name it. And also try to make your websites clutter free as much as possible. I know, when creating your own website, it might get a little exciting. You might want to throw in all the bling and whatever razzle dazzle you want to add, all the spices you want to add to spice it up and make it fun and fancy. But just try not to do too much, because you don't want to distract your audience from doing what they should be doing, which is booking a service, buying a product. You don't want too much stuff going on your website to distract them from actually making a sale. And yeah, we luckily are just put up an offer for those of you who might need help and can't be bothered with figuring out Squarespace or figuring out any other platform to use, any platform that we've covered. We have a done-for-you service set up with a sale price of $49 for the first 5 people who sign up. If you're interested in using Squarespace, this package is obviously for you. And if you're, again, can't be bothered with setting it up for yourself, as long as you have website copy, which is all of the writing that you would want to include on your website, if you have that done and edited to the best of your abilities, along with product descriptions or service descriptions if you're offering services as well, any photos or graphics that you like to include, even if it's stock photography, you can include that as well. It's just best that you pick those for yourself, because you are likely to know more than us what pictures you'd want to add onto your website for the time being, until you're able to, get others. If you have professional photos, even better. And any other information you'd like to add or include on your website for your audience or your customers to see or have access to. Again, you want to limit the chance of them having to go out of their way to reach out to you for more information, because they don't have access to that elsewhere. So yeah, this package will include up to 5 pages and 3 products of your choice. Again, just provide the website copy, pictures, and anything else you would want to add, and you just choose which 5 pages you want to include in this package, and it's available for purchase now on our website. And yeah, we're gonna pretty much wrap this up here. I literally just threw this together in the past couple hours, and just because I felt like doing something in the meantime as we continue to work on these courses that I'm super excited about. So you can follow us if you haven't already on our Instagram page and Twitter. We don't get a lot of action there. I mean, I really just use it for content use anyways, but if you are active on Twitter, don't be shy. Follow us. You know, we're there. We're pretty much on there as much as we're on Instagram. Shoot us an email if you have any further inquiries, and thanks for tuning in.